Okay, so distance learning is hard. Oh, hey there everyone. Welcome back to Forever in High School. It's me, Kirsten, if you're new here. I have been trying as much as I can to update you all on the happenings of reopening schools. I think I haven't been updating you enough. I was at the point the past 2 weeks where I was drained and we hadn't even started meeting our students yet. So last week was the official first week of school. We were supposed to be doing a hybrid schedule, but then because cases kept going up and maintained at the 3-digit number, and they just have not gone down since, the DOE decided that it would be best to start 100% online, but it depends on the school. It's so crazy. The superintendent did say that we were going 100% distance learning, but that's not necessarily true because this past week, we did see some students on campus. We did have students come in waves by alpha at certain times to pick up classroom supplies if they needed to. A lot of the teachers did not require them to pick up anything. I was one of the teachers that did. I don't even know if I have anything, but I did have my students come by and pick up a distance learning planner. Maybe I can post it here. And I am going to make that a part of my routine for my class. They're required to write down the agenda according to the daily slides that they have access to all the time so that they never tell me, "Miss, I didn't know we had that for an assignment." Yeah, you did, because that's part of the routine to write it down. And it's very similar to writing down a checklist. If you've been keeping up with my channel, I talked about how Learning Hub went during the summer, and we had a checklist routine going. So I took that, thought it was great. Now I'm applying it to teaching practice during the school year. So they came to pick that up, and then they also picked up an acknowledgement form, which I also don't have here, but maybe I can post it there. And this year I'm using my class website as the syllabus, which is awesome, and I think I'm just gonna do this every year. I've noticed over the past few years, parents look at the syllabus and then they kind of just never look at it ever again. So this way, they'll always have access to the digital version of the syllabus, which is the class website that I made. They can always refer to it any time of day. Not every student came. I knew that was gonna happen, actually. I think only about half of my students, a little under half, came to pick those supplies up. The next day, we had our first virtual run. It was a practice run of the distance learning schedule. So we were synchronous that day. And honestly, I did not know how to plan for that day because there's just so much that we need to set up. So what we pretty much did that day was make sure that everyone was set up on their laptops. I had them go through the routine of what they should be doing every day, had them complete a mental health check-in, which is part of the routine. I had them complete a student survey so I can do something with that. And actually right now on the weekend, see all this writing right here? There's some pencil, there's some pink flare pen ink. I went through every single student survey, learned a little bit about them, which is great. And what I'm doing as we speak is I'm going to email every single student saying, "Hi, so-and-so. It was so lovely to meet you last week," whether it was in person or virtually, or some of them I didn't even meet at all last week. I'm going to tell them, like, I read your student survey and I learned this about you. That's really cool. Da 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 da. The great thing about Gmail is you can schedule emails. So I'm going to schedule these emails at the start of their class periods. What I'm thinking, I haven't even made this lesson yet on slides, but we'll see what happens. They have to read that email that I sent, and they have to practice emailing me back. One of the skills I want them to learn is how to send a proper email. So I'm actually going to use this relationship building technique as a way for them to practice sending emails. And that's what I'm going to assign them on Monday, because Monday is asynchronous. And then we see each other again on Tuesday. Let me look at my lesson plan binder. I had to make my own planner. I just printed a bunch of calendar sheets and then I made my own lesson planner. The planner that I had, the one with the drafts on it, just was not cutting it. So when we meet on Tuesday synchronously on Google Meet, I'm planning on answering student questions, and I'm also having them write these questions on Monday for their assignment, just so that I can look at the inappropriate ones if there are any, and then just ignore those and never answer those on Tuesday. Then I was planning on having a Padlet discussion about class expectations, and that was pretty much how I planned Tuesday. At this point, we're already at the end of August. That only means we have a month of the first quarter, and I'm a little worried because at this rate I'm probably not going to start curriculum for the next 2 weeks. That only leaves them with maybe 3 weeks of learning content before the quarter ends. It'll be okay. At this point I'm just it'll be fine. What else could go wrong? We're already in the middle of a pandemic. I'm doing my best. Yeah, if you're a teacher watching this, I believe in you. You rock. You're doing your best. You care about your students. That's enough. You are a smart individual. You know your content. You know how to connect with kids. You go. And those are my words of encouragement today for you, teacher. Here's another thing too that I should mention. I'm a little concerned as well about not being able to telework. I share a room with a teacher, and actually I'm at some point in the day I do share a room with 2 teachers. I take the precautions. I wear my mask all day pretty much. My students only see this half of my face. If I had it my way, I would choose to just work from home because I can. I have stable internet now. I never did before, but I do now. But I hope you all have a wonderful week. What a year. What a year. Please be sure to check my bio because I always have teacher shout outs every single week. So make sure you click on their channel links to check them out too. They have some great stuff on their channels as well. Bye.